Hello everyone. Mr. Sonamangchuk has finished his 21 days of hunger strike for a common and compassionate cause of Ladakh and Ladakhi people. I feel duty bound to share some views on the scenario from the perspective of a Buddhist practitioner, as well as from the perspective of a responsible global citizen. On the onset, I would like to emphasize that peaceful protest stands as a timeless testament to the power of non-violent resistance in affecting social and political change. Through prominent philosophical traditions, Buddhism and Gandhian philosophy offer profound insight into the principles and practices of such peaceful protest. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy lies the principle of ahimsa or non-violence, which advocates for the cessation of harm to all sentient beings. Rooted in compassion and empathy, the Buddhist approach to peaceful protests emphasizes the cultivation of inner peace and equanimity as a precursor to external actions. Practitioners attach mindfulness and meditation to cultivate a deep understanding of suffering and interconnectedness while fostering a sense of universal responsibility. At the Buddhist perspective, a social or political activist or protester embody non-violent resistance through acts of compassion, forgiveness, and dialogue. Drawing inspiration from the teachings of Buddha and modern figures like Thich Nhat Hanh and the Dalai Lama, they engage in peaceful demonstration characterized by restraint and dignity, and they prefer a commitment to dialogue over confrontation. By embodying the principles of non-attachment and impermanence, Buddhist activists seek not merely to achieve external change, but transform minds and hearts. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, often referred to as the Mahatma in India, in my opinion, was the most respected person in the contemporary history who adopted the philosophies of Satyagraha. His approach to non-violent protest proved to be the most effective tool for liberation of India from British rule. Therefore, his non-violent resistance during India's freedom struggle is being distinguished as one of the most loved and respected philosophies of the modern world. Central to the Gandhian approach is the notion of soul force, wherein individuals harness the power of truth and love to confront oppression without resorting to violence. The Gandhian Satyagraha and Buddhist activists assume acts of civil disobedience such as boycotts, hunger strikes, and peace marches with a steadfast commitment to truth and moral integrity. By willingly accepting the consequences of their actions, they seek awaken the conscience of both oppressors and observers alike. Both the Buddhist and Gandhian approaches share a fundamental commitment to non-violence and ethical conduct. While Buddhism, with its emphasis on interdependence and mindfulness, offer a holistic framework for addressing social injustice rooted in the elevation of suffering at its source. Gandhian philosophy, grounded in the struggle for Indian independence, reflects a more pragmatic approach to social and political change. Moreover, the Buddhist activism tends to prioritize inner transformation and spiritual growth. The Gandhian Satyagrahas approaches the pragmatic efficacy of non-violent action in achieving tangible political objectives. Nevertheless, both traditions recognize the transformative of love, truth, and moral courage to oppose and reject oppressions. Most importantly, both traditions serve as beacons of hope and inspiration for the entire global citizens. In short, Buddhist and Gandhian approaches to peaceful protest offer invaluable insight into the philosophy and practice of nonviolent resistance. Whether grounded in the principle of ahimsa or satyagraha, both traditions emphasize the essential unity of means and ends in the pursuit of justice and liberation. That's what Sonam Wangchuk is doing for Ladakh now. May Buddhism and Gandhism give more strength to him and the people of Ladakh. At this juncture, I recall a sentence of one of the greatest modern philosophers on Buddha and his teachings. Buddha is the most compassionate person, but his teachings are more ruthless. Similarly, today's context of Ladakh, I feel Sonam Wangchuk is the most compassionate Ladakhi, but he has chosen the most ruthless path, of course, for himself to salvage Ladakh.